Okay, very good afternoon to all the students and our guests to this podcast. I am your very own mentor of Buddy for Study Academy, Satyam Khandelwal. And today we have a very special podcast lined up for you. This podcast is happening for the first time. This kind of podcast is happening for the first time when we have invited one of our very own scholars as a guest speaker for today. And that is why possibly this podcast could be the most relatable ones for the students who listen to us, who seek learning at the Buddy for Study portal. Having said this, I'm really excited to welcome Miss Rishika Jaiswal today, our very own Fair and Lovely Foundation Scholar of Buddy for Study. Rishika, welcome and thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much, Satyam, for inviting in.
Great. Rishika, how have you been?
I am great. I'm doing pretty good. Thank you for asking.
Great. So, Rishika, this podcast series is actually to help our students, to help our visitors who mainly seek scholarships at B4S platform. But as you know, since the vision of B4S is to ensure that students realize their full potential. So, of course, in their scholarship journey, in their education journey, in terms of financial support, we also try to help them in terms of mentorship support. And there is where you come in, right? So before we start taking specific questions, I would really like you to tell the audience, what are you currently up to? What are you doing as of now?
Okay, thank you so much for asking. So what I'm currently doing, I'm a regional sales manager in a company. It's an MNC, Greenlight Planet, Sun King. It's a solar product organization, and it works with 60 plus countries. Currently in India, it's headquartered in Mumbai, and in Gurgaon, and I sit in Gurgaon. I look after B2B clients and B2C clients, both basically microfinance institutions and big rural retail outlet, and also looking after some general trade in it, and to look after the channelizing the product, looking after the P&L, mentoring the team members. I have pretty much team members under me. So yeah, that is what currently I'm doing it.
Oh, that's great. Great. And if I may ask, was this the aspiration that you had a few years back? Something like this?
So I would say, see, it's a very drifted answer, because I am a bachelor in chemistry.
Oh wow! Okay.
And yes, I did my graduation in chemistry. And during that time, while I was doing my graduation, I was doing one project with Earth 5R. It's an sustainable NGO, I would say, where I was involved in a lot of sustainability activities, and looking after how to reuse the plastic and something and all. And the audience which I was catering to was also the audience, like mostly a rural population or something like that. So from that time only, I just had it that I knew it that I would not continue with what I'm currently doing it. But I would like to have a very profound and a kind of a knowledge where I would be able to channelize this channel, to know better how this rural population work and what best I can do for them. So that was all together I was trying to do. And that for the 1 year internship which I took after, I was based out of because I was studying in BHU. So I was looking after that Varanasi region, and I used to keep on traveling all those area. And during my internship, I realized that I have to go for some rural thing, and I have to channelize in a way and try to. So there it comes. Then I thought of doing a. I got to know a very so many programs which were running. So I got to know about the rural management, which I did my MBA. I wanted to do understand how the channel works, how the MFIs how they are being catered basically. So I would say I also had that medical dream once. Then I went to, because I was very good in chemistry, so I opted for chemistry. I wanted to go in pharma. But with the time, while you keep on doing something, you realize that you have your different instinct. There is something different thing, which is I would say a calling. So I was pretty good with that to realize as sooner, and I had to take a decision as soon as possible that how do I do it actually, because this was a very new segment. So this is how. And now even in my company, where I am based out of, this company is also catering to a rural population. So what we are doing is we are giving a solar product, that is providing a solar product to portable solar product to those area where there is a electricity problem, where there is a grid but no electricity. So with two tribes, to very interior part of population. So yes, so now we are in the line of that.
Perfect. I mean, just in the first response to, like, your response to the first question, you have given so many learnings here to the audience. So I could understand that you did change your aspirations, or kind of you tweaked your aspirations basis learnings that you got, right? And I could also identify that दो चीजें आपको बहुत help की हैं शायद past में. One is your internship, and one is actually understanding your calling by working on different projects, right?
Yeah.
So let's pick these two one by one. How important are internships when the students are in a college? How important? What would you want to say to students about the importance of internships?
See, I would say, and with a very personal experience, internships are very important in terms of, see, what happens while you go to an undergraduation or you do certain kind of, you are only learning one source. If you are a science student, you're only learning, okay, what is there and more to explore in science, or you are an arts, or you are a commerce. But while you do an internship at some other places, you get to know the different kind of learnings altogether, and you get a chance. Maybe if it is 2 months or it is 3 months, but you to get a chance of a different sector, which you would have not realized that, okay, this could have been in this way. So it is very important, because while I was in my undergraduation, I make sure that the 3 years of my undergraduation, I keep on exploring a different sector internship, so that I can also know that where I can find my more interest in. See, later on, you have to choose one thing and you have to build up. But before that, while you are in your UG, we are very much, I wouldn't say very confused, but we kind of have an exploration that I want to explore something in metallurgy. I want to see what is doing in robots. Maybe I am a commerce student, but I do have an interest in something. And through this internship, we get these opportunities. Maybe somebody is doing a law of, okay, for 2 months they would get it. So I wouldn't say that is a 2 month. That is a 2 month to know a particular new sector, and then you can take your decision that maybe I am good at this. Maybe I can do this. So
Wow.
it's very important that any student, they should always, because I was in my UG, though I had a a very I would say a very rigorous schedule from morning to evening. But as a student, my only thing was to learn from different way, and to learn from different. I did my internship in a food sector in the first year, and then in second year I explored in a robotics, and in the third year I went to sustainability. So I was keep on doing it. And with the colleges and everywhere, we have a lot of opportunities internship. So I think a student to to learn different sectors altogether, they should definitely get into themselves into internship.
Wow, perfect. So I think their chance to explore different areas without spending more money is actually internships. To explore different areas, different areas that could be their interest, that could be their calling, right?
Yeah, definitely.
And you also touched an important thing, that when you were doing different things, when you were trying, exploring different things, that's how you were understanding your calling. Okay, this might be something that you want to do in future. So does it also mean that in order to understand your calling, in order to finally identify with your calling, you cannot just sit and think and evaluate different options, you have to work on different options? Are you also saying that?
Yeah, definitely. See, I remember while I was studying my chemistry, okay, I was very engrossed in it and I was doing pretty good. But in first year, I was doing internship in a food sector and I was writing blogs to get
Wow.
a little, and even in my intention of internship was not that time, because even when you are in a first year, very naive, now you do not do internship to every time explore. You also want to get a pocket money for yourself, and you want it.
Okay.
And
Okay.
that is a very important. If you get a, we do not get much in internships, of course, but we get a very little to, even to explore, but we get a little of pocket money, because we kind of find different source of income, so that as a student we can also go and eat and explore ourselves into the place if we are in. So the
True.
first year we were doing the same thing, so I was doing the same thing. But later on I realized that no, I'm not good at it.
Okay. Okay.
Then I said no, I might have tried exploring in this area, but I am not good at it. And if asked, do you want to continue, I would say no, because it doesn't very interests me.
Okay.
And there were time when I realized that this is something I can't do. So for next I tried, okay, let's do something else. So this is how you have to also try and evaluate that where you're good at. So even in my where I am working, the solar is a sustainable, and I worked my internship in a sustainable. So it's kind of matching, and it is kind of a right fit right now. So this
Perfect.
is how the things have been done.
Great, great, great. So two very important aspects of the evaluating factors is one, you said that something that you are not very interested in and something that you are not good at. So both interest as well as strength needs to be analyzed, whether you're
Yeah,
interested in doing something and whether you're good at it or not. If both are not aligning, then it's better to move to a different field. You would
yeah.
advise that to the students. Perfect, perfect. That's great. Great, great, Rishika. Can we go a little back, further back, and can you tell us from your schooling, once you were like in the final years of your schooling and you moved to your graduation, do you face some struggles, whether it is financial or whether it is awareness-wise struggles, or what were those struggles which you faced, and how did you manage to overcome them?
Okay. So see, I come from a place where we only know three career goals. One was engineering, doctor, and of course UPSC.
Of course,
And
yes.
we did not know a lot of things, because and my family is also into a business, and it's not very much academically very much that somebody would tell me no, you can explore this. So I was also in that lane where I had to know that okay, I have to go and become a doctor.
Okay.
So and because I was academically sounded, so my parents were very firm that no, that she has to be a doctor. And I also thought, okay, if they are thinking it is right, so for me also I have to be a doctor. So I started my education. I prepared in class 11th and 12th, and then I gave examination. And since we had a boards and everything, we were not. I was not able to manage very well. So I would say that at that time I did not qualify.
Okay.
I had a pretty good rank, but not to qualify to get a very good renowned college that time.
Was it
So we
neat
thought
at
of,
your time? Was it
yes, it
neat?
was,
Neat. Okay.
yes, neat.
Perfect.
So what happened is then I dropped an year, because something has to be done. I mean, I only knew this sector. If I studied botany, I've studied biology. I was a biology student. I only knew that I have to become a doctor. And
True.
I did not know that time that with my biology, because I used to always score way better in chemistry.
Hmm.
But
Hmm.
still I couldn't find. I thought no, what I have to become is a doctor. So I dropped, but what happened during I dropped it that time, we had some financial issues also at my home, and I was very determined that because that time we are facing financial challenges also, and I'm keep on seeing that a lot of money has been already invested on me for coaching and everything. So
Which
the
year was
kind of
this? Which year was
was
this,
to
Rishi?
it was 2013,
So,
2012, 2012,
okay, so you passed your 12th in 2011 and then you took
12,
a one
12,
in
12,
12.
12.
Okay, okay,
Yeah,
perfect, perfect.
yeah.
Yes.
So and then there were a lot of pressure on me also, because as being you have to justify every money has been put in. And so, and that time it was very I was keep on exploring for myself. See, the thing which I did with an internship, because it was readily available that time, but with opportunities, with what I have to do with my subjects I'm good at, was very less, and I did not know.
Okay,
So
okay,
that was an issue that I faced it. And I did not had a very kind of a mentor also, who would come and tell me, see, if you're good at, you could just explore this area or explore that area. So I thought, okay, let's do only in a medical way. And at the side time, I also make sure that you always have to have a side option. So we always knew that if not doctor, then you have to do a BSc. So I gave this BSc also. Though my father was very determined for me to be an MBBS, and I had a BDS. So he was like, no, I did not put this money and everything for BDS. Then I said I would not be doing any further. I would not go into neither a MBBS or BDS. I would simply go to, because I cracked BHU chemistry with pretty good marks in rank. So I got chemistry very easily and I wanted it. So I said, now I'm going to do it this. I do not know where I have to go, but let me do this for a while
okay.
now.
Was this a tough
So
conversation, Rishika, with your father, or was it a okay
that
conversation?
no, it was very, he was like, no, I no. So the point was that he was very okay of me joining in BHU with the chemistry. But he was said that even though if you join BSc, that does not concern me. But the main concern you have to only have a focus is that you have to still prepare for your
Okay,
need.
okay, okay,
And because there is no scope after BSc, you can't do anything. You have to do MSc, you have to do PhD, and you wouldn't know what you have to do, and you don't know what to do. You cannot enter into any other place, because we know it's only a doctor and only MBBS, not even BDS that time. So maybe societal or something. I don't know
of
what
course,
happened
yeah,
that
yeah.
time. So I said, the very see, even he got agreed for me to do a BSc, and then he later on realized that I'm doing pretty well what I have opted for.
Very nice.
So he stopped forcing me to do anything. And the worst thing came when I opted for MBA and not for BSc, because BSc was
Oh,
still a science. I was doing it. But when I
okay,
have to go to rural management MBA, it got very difficult. It was a straight no. It was a straight no. So, see, I wouldn't say it was a straight no, because only the reason was my father wanted me to a doctor. He passed on with that doctor thing. But for an MBA, anytime when you talk about MBA, the only one thing either comes in everybody's mind: it's expensive, and
true.
we would not be able to cater it. It's not about, I mean, we would just not be able to do it. So if you want to do, you can do your MSc, you do anything, but MBA is a straight no, because
Okay,
we can't afford it, and I do not have that much money or something like that. I cannot afford that education of yours.
okay, okay.
So yeah, see, I was in a government institution while I was in doing my UG. So
Yes.
I would say in calculative amount I spent like 3,000 something only for entire 3 years.
Oh, wow.
But
Amazing.
when it came to MBA, it is not like that. You know
True,
it's pretty expensive, and
true.
then they were like strictly no. Nobody was supporting, nobody entire my in my family. See, we were very financially down. We and that time only my father was a sole earner. So the kind of a pressure on him, because the eldest one was also studying, my mom is a homemaker, and I and my middle brother, we were all studying. So he had already, so he, that was a straight no. And I mean, I was just not able to convince him on any front, even giving him, see, I can do this or that. No, because we just do not have money. I don't know, if you want to do, how would you do it? I do not have anything to give you on that.
Right.
That is a
Right.
straight thing. That is a straight thing. And he made sure that, see, I am not saying because I do not like what you want to do or something, but you can still sit at home and prepare for your government exams or whatever. But I cannot cater to your education on that, because straight. So I was trying to just find a way. Now there's a time came when I was very frustrated and I do not know what to do,
Okay.
because in that time, but has been a very enlightening also, because I was trying to explore every area of where I could see that either, because in BHU also I was on a scholarship. So even if it is a 3,000, I was on a scholarship. That was a university scholarship, merit scholarship. And
Right.
but in MBA we do not have such thing. We do not have as such thing, merit scholarship or something. You have. So I was trying to find all my way that how the my education money would be put in, how would I study. I keep on exploring everywhere that how, because see, one thing was I could have settled myself doing MSc, I could have settled myself doing any other thing, but the point is that after this 3 years and also with that internship which I was doing, finally I found something that I knew that I am very well in that. I could do it very well. I did not wanted to lose just because I had that very financial, but yes, it was very tough. It took me, I don't know, I mean, around like 6 months to convince, not to convince him also, but trying to find myself the solution. I cannot go and tell them, see, I have only, I want you to give. He said that I'm okay, you do the whatever you want to do, but I don't have money.
Okay. So he was pretty straightforward in terms of the problem that was there.
Yes, he said that, see, maybe later on we will see how we'll see. I have three people,
Three
children to
children.
cater in,
Yeah.
and also a family to look after, and doing such expensive programs, and would not be. And then what happened also, I said okay, fine, I would see what I can do. And then I started preparing for it, for a cat, so that I can get in. It's still, I do not know how would I get into a college, but I thought, but instead of wasting time in all that conflict, that for me, let's focus on it. Once I'll get a good percent, and we'll see what we will do.
So instead of thinking this time also you preferred acting, like you started working.
Yeah, because I knew it. See what happens. See, I do not know if everybody's case is this, but I have witnessed it, and I'm very pretty sure that scholars would be relating this to very familiar way. Our parents are very hesitant in every step, whatever we take. But once we show the result, they say, okay, I did not know that it could have been done in this way. And then they appreciate.
True.
So instead of,
Very true.
always thinking and, okay, my father or my mother, they are saying, no, I do not know. Start acting on it. Start studying. Once you start showing some result, now they will also start appreciating and believing in you, I would say.
Wow.
So,
Very true.
yeah, that has happened in my case. Every time I have opted for something, my parents were like, no. And when I've already done it, they said, I'm glad.
Wow. Great.
So I knew that this will always work here in that case. So instead of, whatever doing, I started my preparation. And then I was on side, I was exploring also, if in case I get it, then I have to go with the solution. I got the solution. I got the good percentile. I got the solution that I can be given an education loan.
Wow.
I can have an education loan.
Okay.
But again, the problem came, okay, fine, you want to study with education loan. I do not have a problem because there was no collateral since it was a tier 1 college.
Okay.
So there is no issue. But what about your hostel and mess? I still do not have money for that. And he was very pretty serious, and it wasn't that my father didn't want it to, but given the situation we were already facing a financial problem, it was very, very, so I for a while I thought that he's right. If for with education loan I can do my study, but I have to live there. It is a campus program,
Right.
and
There are other expenses also, like for the 2 years.
definitely, and mess and everything, and plus I have to move to another city. So he said that it's still expensive for us and we will not be able to do it. So for that time I thought that let's leave. Because I also do not had any solution. I did not had any income source in front of me, and I cannot push my father to do something like that where he's just cannot do it in that situation.
True.
I cannot push it.
True.
There comes a picture where I have actually looked after all those scholarship, keep on put my track into, okay, if not there would be any solution, of course. And then I started applying. I found Buddy for Study, and honestly I do not know. So that time while I was using Buddy for Study, most of my friends I discussed with, they did not know about it. I said, how could you not know it? It's a kind of a platform using. So this happened while I applied to, I saw that I keep on googling all the time. So see, we did not had separate mobile phones or that time also, because my father was very strict. So I used to go and sit in an internet cafe after my classes gets over. So I used to sit and used to surf on, and what scholarship programs is going on, where I can. So with that only I got to know about Buddy for Study, and with that I started applying it. I started exploring it, and I filled pretty good forms and having a also whatever application was needed at that time. So with that only, and it was not a one-day journey, I'm telling you. It wasn't like I just got and seen one scholarship and I got it. No, it was a very long journey where I had to get fit in. But I did not stop. I said, okay, if this I'm not selected, I will apply, because I was in a need of it.
True.
And I had to find a way for me.
True.
So
this was after you got selected? This was after you got selected for your MBA college, or you started this beforehand?
No, I was doing beforehand.
Beforehand
itself. I got my percentile, no.
Okay, you got your CAT percentile.
I got my CAT percentile, right. And I knew it that these are the college where I would be sitting in.
Very good. Okay.
Yeah, because I was been called for GDPI in all those colleges.
Right.
I was already been, yeah. So I knew that if I go for GDPI, I had to make sure that, because
the finance is sorted, yeah.
See, the point is now I had to do it beforehand, because the cost involved in filling those forms, going to give the GDPI and then not getting admission was also something I was not able to waste it. I was not in a position, so I had to make sure that I have it, because a result is there. Otherwise, if in this condition what happens, I get selected and I'm not able to cater it, then my family would have taken a decision for me that it is enough. You have already asked for money and all, but it's going nowhere. So let's stop it, and you do your MSc, or you sit at home and you do your government exams or something like that. You will not be allowed to go and put money and come back, because that is a thing which we were doing that. So it was coming with an expense. So I was keeping exploring, and by the time I was having my interview, at the same time my interview with Fair and Lovely, my shortlisting of this candidate was also going on
while your MBA interviews were going on.
Yes. Wow. So they both were going on, But what happened is that the first application was again got rejected.
Okay.
And yes,
So first application
I
towards Fair and
did
Lovely?
not. Yes.
Okay.
So in 2007.
Okay.
Yeah. So I thought, now what? But I was still exploring other applications form, and where I got good hands on. And in the meantime, I also did an internship, honestly, because I had the gap and I had to do the internship also. So I did the internship.
Oh my God, you never sit idle. That means you never just sit worrying about anything. You just keep on working on stuff.
No, I think this is a kind of a habit. See, the point is that by sitting at home and doing nothing was something more punishable to me. That is why I keep on doing, so that my parents are also like, okay, she is doing something, okay, we will support her. I needed that also from somewhere, so that is why I have to keep on acting, and I cannot stop. I did not have an option to stop.
Yeah.
So
True.
I just didn't had it. So that time also I was doing an internship, and then I got an admission. I took a loan, and for God grace, I gave a Fair and Lovely application again, and it got selected.
Wow.
So the day I remember, the money got credited in, and my father was just sitting, and I just got to know that I've been selected, and he was just sitting and he was looking out his accounts. He was just thinking that how to pay the hostel fees. And I got a mail and also a call from the very person, and I just said that you did not need to worry here. From here, I can take it forward.
Wow.
And that was a moment. And he asked me. So one thing more, I did not tell my parents about the application, what I'm doing, and side by side.
The scholarship application, your parents were not aware. You were doing it yourself.
I was doing it for myself, yes. Once I got it, then I informed them, see, I've got a scholarship. Now, these handsome of money I'm getting, and they can be credited to my hostel fees, and of course, for mess. So, the kind of a tension you had that how the things would go on will be no more. So that was a best and biggest, a relief which we had it, because my education was still on loan. So I did not take a penny from my house.
Wow.
Yes.
That is
because
really great.
Yeah. And and the best part was that the hostel fees for 2 years is paid in single row. So I knew that for in the second year also I still have a home to study. I will have the hostel.
Great.
So yes, and luckily, see, the handsome money which I had it, what catered for the entire 2 years hostel fees, and for first year's mess fees, I would say. Okay. And in the first, and when I entered into a second year, I already had an internship, campus placement internship with my hand, and they were paying me well.
Summer placement.
So summer placement. I had good summer placement, and they were paying me well. So that mess fees was also not headache for me again. So this is how then by coming November, I was placed with my current company, Greenlight Planet. So my parents were relieved that okay, after she will leave it, she has a job. So this is how everything falls in. See, it sounds like that everything has worked out, but in between there are many years where things have not worked out. Right. But yes, because I took a 2 gap years, and yes. So during for one, I took a gap year during my medical Well, I wanted to a medical. I took a second gap year where I had to see where I have to go in terms of my MBA,
Yes.
do my rural management, and these gap years would have been avoided, would have not been avoided. I do not know, but I just knew one thing that I had to do it. I do not know. I
Yeah.
just had
So
to do it.
to be very honest, Rishika, it doesn't, when I hear like anybody hears this story, like what you're telling, it doesn't seem that everything worked out. It clearly seems that you made it work out because, of course, because you worked hard, universe also came in support. The surroundings also came in support. You know, when you
Yeah,
seek something and you work hard, some of the other solutions comes in. It cannot come in, the solutions don't come when you just sit and worry, you know, just sit idle and worry.
yeah,
That is the crux of your story. I mean, that is what I can make out from your story. So you made it, like, congratulations. I feel elated listening to your story that something like this could be made, you know, could be made to happen. And I'm really fantasized by the fact when you said that, you know, parents, or let's say or any guardian, will have repercussions, will have doubts on, you know, anything new that you want to do, anything different what you want to do. But then when you act on it, and you, even if you make it 25%, 30% work, the confidence starts building up, they'll start showing
yes,
some support, right? So that is something that every student, every young graduate, and early, even early working professionals must know and must, you know, take away from your story. Amazing, amazing. What do you, how do your parents feel now? Like, do you have conversations with your father? How are they like?
yeah.
How are they like?
So I remember. So initially, so parents, they just know what mostly what society tells them.
True.
See, they also sit in a lot of conversation with other parents, and my son is that, my daughter is that. So then they come to us, see, you are doing this, but you have to do this because that person's son is doing in that very well.
Yes.
So it takes time, and with lot of, initially it was like, I know what you wanted has just not happened in that
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
But now they don't remember that.
Okay.
Now what they see is that they're very happy that I'm working with a very renowned organization. My academics have always been very super, and I had a different experience, done a lot of things which they thought that would never happen, and gone to a places, invited to a places where ideally nobody think that okay, with this beyond or something also they he or she can go. So now they very proudly, even if somebody tells okay, my son is a doctor or something like that, they do not feel okay, she also prepared for a doctor, but they are very confident and say, yeah, she is also working in a very renowned organization and she is doing this, and very
Wow.
she's a regional sales manager, and being a, so it also comes like, see, regional sales also comes very, with the men. It was always a men's
Yeah.
job that men's used to do
Yeah.
sales thing. But my daughter is a RSM and she looks after all North. So he is very proud of it now.
Very nice. Very nice. So it could
Though
be, yeah. Go on,
no, no,
Rishika.
I'm just saying that though it wasn't easy, that they keep on telling me, see, she became doctor, she gave 2 3 attempts. You should have also given through 2 3 attempts. You could have easily done it. So there were times that they still had said that, but now
Yeah.
they just asked me that what's next.
Hmm.
What next are you planning to do? What's next
Hmm.
are you looking for a change, or what other thing you're looking for to do it?
Hmm.
And uh, honestly, when they see that their children have become very confident of what they have chosen, they are anyway very confident and flaunting it, and talking about
True.
it and asking us. Like my father sits with me and asks me, now what's happening with your company, how you're
True.
dealing with, where you are working, which partner you have currently,
Wow.
which I never imagined my father would be doing it, because he was so much, if not MBBS, nothing. That particular person has changed to this, and I've
Yes.
seen it.
Yes. So it could
So
be said that your efforts have helped in a cultural change in your family as well. Because people who are younger than you, or now whoever wants to do anything, your parents would be more open to listening, more open to new things, because now they understand that there are things that they don't know about that might also work, that might also be good, right?
yeah, see, in the cultural point of view, if I talk about my family, my cousins were not allowed to study in a, in a co-ed, or maybe to do a job. So I would also be very thankful for my parents also, that at least I know that they were very determined, that they want to be see me into a particular, position, or a doctor or engineer or whatever. But still, at times, sometimes they were supportive, sometimes they were not. But I had to be consistent. There has to be one of them that has to be consistent.
True.
If you lose out now, so they are already ki nahi karna hai, and if I will lose out, then they will come out nahi karna hai. So I had to, even inside of me, I know it, I do not know what has to be done next. Right. But I did not portray it in front of them ever. Right. Because yeah, and it was also difficult because my cousins, my the all the other women in my house, they were not allowed to do further studies in something. Right. I did it. But now the generation after me who's coming, they matlab, she has done, so why can't I? She can go.
Correct. You have opened doors for
She has
them.
already gone there.
You have opened more
So
doors for them.
I'm happy that anyone who is seeing this, I do not say that you have to set an example with an intention. You just have to do what you are doing it, and you have to believe it. That is the whole crux. Once you believe in something, things falls.
Wow. Perfect. And also, even if you don't know what is next from here, but you would have learned from your own story that if you keep on working, doors keep on opening.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
So you would know where you have to go. You just need to keep on working on whatever you like, whatever you want to work at, right?
Yes.
Perfect. Perfect. Oh my God, that was something. That was something, Rishika. This is a real amazing story. I mean, we would ensure that everyone who, and you know that stories like this would make a person who is currently struggling and is about to lose hope, they will make him or her, regain his or her hopes, and again go back to working, and again start believing that something good is about to happen if we keep on working. So that is why stories like yours are, even like need to be shared even more from here. So really grateful to you for that. Do you have any role model, Rishika? Have you had in the past or now, or like you have any role model?
Yeah, I do. So I think I would also say it has also changed with time.
Okay. Okay.
So initially, I had a means my father was a role model for a very long time.
Okay.
I used to see that how hardly he is working, and he is the one from where diversity has done many things. Though he failed, but he did not stop. I have seen that.
Wow.
So for a very long time, I had observed this, that I could keep seeing that my father is exploring this. My father is, though his intention was to keep up with the family, to financially, it's very important. So they have to keep on, but bounce back is very quick of him.
Yes.
That's what I have observed.
Yes.
And later on, if you have to say that very role model as an idolize, I idolize Ratan Tata a lot.
Wow.
I wouldn't say that has just changed into while I have entered into a corporate world, but I believe, a kind of, not in the terms of only philanthropy thing, but I have seen that he is doing something which is impacting to a lot and for a greater good.
True.
So earning money should not be an ultimatum. You will earn money. I'm telling you, if you are working for anything for consistently, you will earn money handsomely. No will stop you. But doing something where an impact has been created and somebody has been helped.
True.
So I see that in Ratan Tata and his working and his
Wow.
organization and everything. So I really idolize him and all in that
Wow.
terms.
And do you also plan to work on something impactful like he's doing, or like do you have some future plans
Yeah.
to?
So I wouldn't say as a future plan. I am currently, so during my COVID time, while we had a work from home, so I, along with my 2-3 friends, we started Hunger Free Kashi.
Oh wow.
Yes. So I'm from Varanasi, by the way,
Yeah.
and Varanasi we call Kashi also.
Yes.
So we started Hunger Free Kashi, where what we did is that we were so we knew that how the problem of the food had came, the hygienic food, and a lot of students were there who were not able to have the food because they got stuck. So we collaborated with many households, make sure the hygienic and everything, and we used to ask them to make a food, and then we used to distribute these food to the needy ones, and this whole cycle. And it was also initially it started on a donation way where people could donate, someone, and then we asked those household ladies, keeping all those hygienic terms in place, and then distributing the foods to them. And so we always have this on 15 days tenure. Then so we are doing it very well, it's still running. Whosoever wishes to donate, and we ask this household ladies so that they also get a chunk of money for them, and in way. And it has been also popularized. And this in the same way, the other, they are doing their startup in that, where they are trying to give employment to this household ladies, making it ghar ka khana available to everywhere. So yeah, that on a very small instance to give back in some way, we were just trying to do that.
This is really amazing. I mean, you are a perfect role model for Buddy for Study, scholars, because we also look to encourage scholars to give back in some way, whether it is mentorship, whether it is giving back in terms of financial support, or giving back in just in terms of knowledge support, just in terms of storytelling, inspiration that you could do to the community that who are struggling in a way you were once struggling. So this is something that you're already doing, and that's real good. So we have reached towards the conclusion of this session, Rishika, but I have one more question for you. So you got exposed to Buddy for Study when you were planning for your MBA. You got that scholarship, and it was an amazing moment for you. It was an amazing moment for us as well. As a early stage working professional now, or even let's say from your MBA journey to this point today, do you think there is a need of some other support that you or people like you are seeking, which you cannot find easily? Just like there was a scholarship support at that time, like financial support. Do you think there is any other support or any other thing that you are seeking now?
I would say career is still, something where people are still not aware of.
Okay.
See, while you are a student, you have a lot of subjects to study in, so you get very difficult. Okay, in which study I would do it. So same comes with a career also. See, it's not important that if somebody is doing something, if somebody is in that particular organization and or in a particular position, because sometimes what happens, it happens so that they are in that particular organization or in that position. And after, you will ask them what is after 5 years where you want to see. Now they will still be in that position where they was in as a student.
True.
So there's still a kind of a lot of gap in the career stability and in career guidance. You would still find people with 2-3 years, 4 years working, and still you ask them where you are seeing yourself No idea.
Very true, very true, very true. So for Buddy First Study, I personally come in as a career growth expert, and we have been interacting with early stage working professionals, 24 years, 25, 26, up to 30 years. They have massive confusions about where they have to go from here, what career options they could have, what kind of skill sets they should acquire. So which is true. You're very right in saying that.
Yeah.
So that is something that if provided to you, would you think would help you further as well, right?
Yeah, because see, the present scenario, if you talk about now, I'm very glad that people are very aware now because of the Instagram. Maybe keep on scrolling and you find a lot of news, very quick news. But those quick news are not only headlines. People do not dwell into and study that what exactly the particular news was about to tell you. So what exactly? So people are like a very okay, this particular course will help me in this. Let me do this course. Now they do not know what to do next. They just read it somewhere. They are applying it, but there is no proper mentorship being given to them and told them, see, if you want to got into some big company, you have to know the tools.
Correct.
So and this is a right fit for this. So this is still lacking, and you will find it around everywhere.
Yeah, for sure, it's there. And I'm sure like we are developing a few things like from Buddy First Study side where we can actually help people who have just started their career to set up the right career goals and then define career paths on how they can achieve, a mindful career growth. So great. Thank you so much, Rishika. Thank you so much for being here. It was an amazing discussion with you. And I'm sure when our audience in terms of students, graduates, prospective scholars, they will listen to this podcast. A lot of them who are struggling in various parameters will have a lot of hopes to take away from this, and also the learnings that you gave in terms of act on the struggles, act on the worry, don't just sit on your worry, you have to like work on it. Amazing learnings on how to interact with your parents and how parents normally behave, and what happens when you are in a standstill, when you don't know what would happen next, what to do then. All these things in just one story is something really amazing, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart for doing this for us. Thank you so much, Rishika.
Thank you so much for giving this opportunity, and also giving me a platform where actually I really wanted to share. Even I had a initially write-up also being asked to share, because it's very important for all the people know that we all are alike.
True.
We are not very different. We all are facing the same thing. So nothing can be, there is no situation where nothing can be done. There will be always something can be done. So we have to make sure that that's something, if it is even a 1%, so we are contributing 1% on it.
Definitely.
So I think, but yes, everything goes well when you work for it. So thank you so much for this opportunity.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Buddy, for study, for everything. I would definitely say my journey has been a great tool, RSM and many more, had I got that scholarship, and how things have been smooth up for me after that.
Perfect.
So yes.
Perfect. It was great connecting with you, Rishika. We will really like to reconnect with you for further mentorship sessions, and possibly targeted ones these times, maybe live sessions with our students, if you are interested.
Sure. I look forward to it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Rishika. Take care.
Thank you. Take care.